Okay. Hello and welcome. Today is a very special day for me personally, and now it's becoming a special moment for our entire global community. Today, we're opening the doors to something we've been building with intention, vision, and deep belief in the power of women's voices. Welcome to the soft launch of G-Woman TV. Now, over the past year, G-Woman Media has grown into a global platform dedicated to elevating women's voices, visibility, and value. From G-Woman Magazine to G-Woman Radio to the growing global community within the G-Woman Collective, our mission has remained simple: to create spaces where women's stories, leadership, and ideas can be seen, heard, and celebrated. Today, we take the next step in that journey. We're launching G-Woman TV, our digital broadcasting station and streaming platform dedicated to powerful conversations, premium content, and global representation, all for women and by women. And this is only the beginning. So, on March 31st, we will celebrate the first anniversary of G-Woman Media with something extraordinary: a 12-hour global broadcast featuring 144 women from around the world, each sharing a 5-minute message about something meaningful to them, their stories, their ideas, their voices. And that historic marathon broadcast will lead directly into the official premiere of our flagship show, the G-Woman Power Hour. So today is our first step. Think of it as opening the doors before the grand opening. And I'm honored to take that step together with my incredible co-founders, our partners, executive team, and our global community. Welcome to G-Woman TV. Hey, everyone.
Yay.
Hey. Finally.
Yeah.
Hi. Oh, my God. Ladies, we did it. We're here again.
We did it.
You're here.
We're
And before we
here.
say anything else, happy birthday, Alex. Happy anniversary,
Happy
Alex.
birthday.
Day to you. And Mayuri, you got something special, I think. Woo!
Thank
Yay.
muffin.
Muffin.
I have a little
Blow the
candle for you,
Alex.
Alex.
Blow the candle.
You blow it,
Thank-
we'll sing for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happy birthday. Come on, Clara.
Woo.
Birthday to
To
you.
you.
Swapna.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
birthday,
dear Alex.
Alex.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay. Thank you. Thank you, sisters. Thank you. I'm so grateful.
Since you're not here to have the cake, it's only fair
Yes.
that I do it for you.
What flavor? What flavor are they?
No,
Well, it's unfortunately very healthy. It's bran, but you know, as you get older, you gotta keep regular, right?
That's right.
No,
Oh my God, that's right.
nobody better to eat my cake on my behalf than me.
That's right. And the cake lover
Obvious.
herself.
He is the cake lover. So of course
Exactly.
we welcoming everyone to G-Woman TV launch, and this is a soft launch, really. So we're definitely keeping this very, just very intimate, very freestyle, very nothing special going on except something special. But we want to acknowledge everyone who's joining us here. Whether they are in, okay, so we've got comments from our community. I'm just going to pop this up a little bit. This is from What Next? She says, hello, ladies. Hello. And of course, there's a message from Rita. She says, hello, beautiful
Hi,
ladies.
Rita.
Thank you for
Hello.
joining us. And let me see. Rita says, happy birthday and anniversary, Alex. Thank you, Rita. So grateful. So grateful for that. And of course, we will, let me see, there's another message here. It says, blessed afternoon, beautiful, gifted, genius, game changers.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, today is the launch of G-Woman TV. It's been a journey. It's not so perfect, but we've been trying to do this. We came together because we wanted to amplify women's voices. We wanted to amplify women's voices, visibility, value, like I mentioned. But just before we head into that, I'm going to quickly share something that might really explain what G Woman TV is about and what we're trying to accomplish. So don't go anywhere. Stay here.
A new era is here. One where women are not waiting to be seen. They're creating the vision. Across continents and cultures, her voice rises. Bold, brilliant, unapologetic. This is where her truth meets her talent. At G Woman TV, we celebrate the art of expression, the courage to create, to question, to transform the narrative. We are a TV network without borders, amplifying women who are shaping the future through media, art, culture, and conversation. For the global woman, gifted, genius, game changer. This is G Woman TV, where stories ignite, voices rise, and the world listens.
Yay.
Yay.
Wow.
Okay. So, well, that's pretty much what Human TV is about. This is one of our platforms in the Human media ecosystem. I think when we started, we first launched Human Magazine last year, March 31st, and then we launched Human Radio, I think April 31st, and then we launched the Human Collective, our community, July 26th, I believe. And of course, we're coming full circle with Human TV today, March 10th. And interestingly, this day, 5 years ago, I had that vision. I think it was my birthday. And I was like, man, I wish I could. I was like, what do I wanted to do something that was going to outlive. I was like, I could write another book. I'm like, I'm reading 4 books already. I was thinking, maybe I could start a singing career. I was like, I was just thinking, what can I do? Something that was going to outlive. And I was like, you know what? You wanted to do is start a media company for you wanted to create a radio station, a TV station, but what if it was something different? What if it was for women? What if it was something that outlived? Nothing like this exists really, but what if it was something that you didn't have to do alone, that you had to do with other women? And I started looking, I was like, oh, there's a gap, right? Women don't really have ownership in media. And we think about some of the issues, some of the gaps that we're seeing, and we know how important it is that whoever controls media controls the narrative. And if we want to think about it, I mean, you can understand why churches have media, TV or stations, or why governments even control narratives, and who really ever controls. And media is the gateway to information. Everything we know is through a form of media. Imagine what the world would look like if there was no books, no magazines, no music, no television, no film, nothing. We will all just be unintelligent, unexposed Homo sapiens. Like, just imagine a world without media. Uninformed too. So what we're doing, but we thought about this, and of course, I had this. It was just an idea. It was like a seed, and I started thinking, who would I want to do this with? How can I can't do this on my own. This is too big, right? This is too big. This is something that's so much bigger than, you can have talent and skills, but you're like, I need to find the right women who will bring their own brilliance, their own gifts, their own talent, their own. And of course, all of you ladies said yes, all of you. And we have another 100 partners, right, saying yes as well. So we want to use this opportunity to not just thank the co-founders, but I also want to thank the Ivy League partners, because they're very instrumental to us getting to where we are today. we could not have done this by ourselves. And it was never to be done by one person. It was always from day one to be a collective vision, a collective project, and that every woman who comes into the system, whether you're a member, whether you're a contributor, whether you're an investor or an Ivy League partner, you're part of shaping the future for women. Because when women have platforms to amplify their voices, the world has no choice but to listen. So this is why we're doing what we're doing. I'm going to quickly take a little bit of the comments before we go into our conversation. I see, Pauline, let me just pop this on screen. Hi, G Women. Happy birthday, Alex. Happy day all. Yes, it's our birthday. I'm sharing this day with everybody now. It's everyone's birthday now. And let me see this. She says, when kindred spirits come amazing things happen. Yes, connect. Yes, we all, when we are. And she said, fabulous trailer, powerful messages. Yes. And thank you. Afe says, happy birthday. Thank you. So grateful. Gifted genius, game changing. Yes. And just to say to that, I know because people think, what does the G stand for? First of all, the G is global, and we are global, as you can see us on screen, and many other global women who are part of this ecosystem in this company. But also the G stands for the gifted genius, game changing. And why that is so important is because as women, we're very diverse. We love different things, right? We come from different backgrounds. We have different experiences, different lived experiences that sometimes one person may not understand. I may not really get what it's like to be Frankie, and Frankie may not really get what it's like to be Swapna, or to be Lisa, or to be Clara, to be me. But there's one thing that we can all agree, and that's that we all have gifts, that we're all gifted. Our gifts are different, right? We're all geniuses, if you can think, and we all want to change the game. We want to change something, whether it's in our community, whether it's in our families, whether it's in our career. We all want to change something. That's just something that's natural to women. We always want to change something. So we find that to be the common denominator, the thread that links all the G women, that we all can agree that irrespective of where you come from, where you grew up, what you've experienced, you got a gift, you're a genius, and we're game changers. And so this is what links us. And this is an identity that we want to embrace. We want to encourage, because if we're going to change the narrative, we need to change how we see ourselves and how we see others. And if we see ourselves as gifted, and we see ourselves as geniuses, and we see others as the same, then we can start to create the world that we want to see. So I'm going to quickly just let my co-founders introduce themselves, because I've been talking too long. So I'm going to pass the mic to the top of the screen to Frankie.
I just want to say, before I say anything else, you said you can tell by looking at us where we come from, but you can't. We could be from anywhere in the world. So I think we should let everybody know that we are truly global. Alex, you were sitting in where?
Well, I'm here in Maryland, USA. So I'm in the United States. I'm here in Maryland. Yes, and thank you for joining us.
I'm in just outside of Toronto in Canada. Clara?
I'm in London.
Lisa?
I'm in Hamilton in Canada.
Mayuri?
I'm in Johannesburg, South Africa.
And Swapna?
I'm from Cochin, Kerala, India.
So we not only, we're truly global in our makeup, in our founders, and in all of you who follow us and belong to our community and will belong to our community in the future. So that's really exciting to all of us, because we are truly a company that wanted to make sure that we are represented globally, that women are represented globally and have a voice, and that voice is amplified. And we can't amplify that voice unless we own the platforms, and we do. So this is a very exciting day, because we finally launched the TV platform, and that's something that we get to offer you on the 31st. Clara, over to you.
Well,
Hi,
just before we head on to Clara, you didn't introduce yourself, because
I'm sorry.
Who's watching? Who are you? What do you do?
Okay, my name is there. So I'm Frankie Picasso. I am a co-founder. I'm the vice president for the Americas, and I meet a lot of you. So it's really, I always think that everybody knows who I am, but you don't. So that's who I am. Oh, and I have the Good Radio Network too. If you've seen me over there, I have a couple of radio shows, and but I don't like to talk about myself too much. So I'm going to pass it to Clara.
Hi, everyone. I'm Clara Rufai, and I'm co-founder at G Woman Media. And I'm honored to be part of the visionary team, at G Woman Media. So for me, my work, some of the things that I do, and I do a lot, my work basically centers on helping women live lives of significance, amplifying their brilliance, their stories, and their leadership. And so being part of the G Woman Media means that I can help create a platform, an organization, a women's organization where women's voices are not just heard, but they're valued, they're celebrated, and they are shared with the world. And that's really important work to do.
Thank you. Swapna, do you want to go? So we just go this way.
Sure. Thank you, Alex. So I'm Swapna Abraham. I'm one of the co-founders, proudly so, in the VP for Middle East and Asia. May there be peace on the world as we have this show. We cannot
Amen.
say certain places without feeling a pain in our heart. Well, I'm a singer-songwriter and a few other things. Never mind all that, but I believe in the power of good media, and because we've seen the power of bad media, bad press, and G Women Media is actually there to make things truthful, authentic. The women you see on the screen, we're as simple and as real as it gets. We have a muffin on screen. And we sing a song on screen, but really, I'm just so proud to be with these amazing women. And I've been a little off of late because of a whole lot of work stuff, but I'm really so proud to be here at the launch of our TV. Cheers.
And we're proud to have you be part of us. So we're going to head on to Mayuri.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mayuri Naidu. I am a co-founder and the VP for Africa for G Women Media. I am an actress, a dancer, a writer, so all things creative, and I'm kind of what you would call the boots on the ground. So that is my job, that's my profession, that's my calling, and I'm so grateful to be a part of this and to get agency, which is something that is so important for us as females, especially in this creative industry. I feel like G Women really gives us that, and I'm so excited to see where we're going to go. So thank you very much for joining us.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you for that. And to you, Dr. Lisa.
Hello. So my name is Dr. Lisa Funnell. I am the Director of Communications here at G Woman Media. I am very, very honored to be asked to stand in for the executive team and be in the presence of such amazing visionary women. Our founders have done the heavy lift in creating such an amazing and inspirational company like G Women Media. In terms of what I do, I'm an academic, I'm a scholar, I'm a consultant, I'm a communicator. I love studying and talking about representation in our media, and I have the opportunity to do that here at G Women Media.
Well, ladies, you all deserve an applause, right, for that. Well, you know what? Thank you, ladies, first of all, for saying yes. And there are other, if we could bring everyone to this party, we would. But of course, we'll be here all day. So thank you for saying yes. Thank you for everything you bring, the brilliance you bring to what we're creating. I mean, we're creating something that doesn't exist. So we're learning even in the process of building. This isn't something we don't have any model to look at. We can't say that there's any multimedia ecosystem, multimedia company that exists that is owned by multiple women. So we don't have that example, right? And they say if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go farther, go together, go together.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, for us, we want to go farther and we want to do things right, but we want to carry women along. We want to carry every single person we can carry along. We've tried to create this multimedia ecosystem to create spaces for everyone, right? So that women you can find yourself, whether you're a contributor, whether you're an investor in Ivy League, whether you're a member of our community. And we're constantly thinking of how to make the G Women Collective even better for, members and people coming in. We're going to have our partner circles where our partners can bring their own circles into the space, and we can create this little nice hub for them so that they can also get to meet other ways. So we're thinking of ways to truly make the entire ecosystem connected. but also create the infrastructure so that women can have they can own the pen, they can own the mic, and they can own the lens and the stage as well. And I know we have other exciting things that we plan to do towards the end of the year, like our summit coming together in our studios, and there are other things that are happening, but I won't, let the cat out of the bag yet. So let's kind of get into today's sort of conversation, because I know we have women. So I want to also thank the German Collective and our women who are watching right now. Of course, please leave your comments. We'll pop them up on the screen so we can carry you along, and let us know where you're watching from. That would be wonderful. So we're going to head to the Founders Roundtable conversation. But before we go there, I want to pose this question to Dr. Lisa, because she's our Director of Communications, and she's a scholar in media, and she talks about representation and all of that. So I'm going to quickly ask you this. I know why it's important, but maybe our listeners need to understand. Why is it important? What is the importance of women owning media? I mean, we've talked about this in it, but what would you say is the importance of women owning media?
It matters who's telling our stories, and it matters how our stories are being told. And historically, stories have been told by men, about men, and that has shaped our cultural consciousness. And it's really important that women not only hold the pen, not only take hold of the microphone, not only hold the camera and tell their stories that way, but that they actually own the media platforms, moving it forward, building wealth, building worth, and in our case, really holding that hand out to other women to step into that space. The model that we have here at G Woman Media isn't about one woman making wealth off of the voices and the experiences of other women. It's about a founding team. It's about the Ivy League. It's about investing in women and having the opportunity as an individual being part of the Ivy League. I have the opportunity to invest in something that is much bigger than myself, in something that I fully and full-heartedly believe in, and I get to help women tell their stories and do so in a way that matches their ethics and their values and their morals. And so that's why it's important that we get to shape how stories are going to be told, and we allow the agency and the voice of women to be centerfold in that.
Thank you for sharing that, Dr. Lisa. That's so important. You talked about the shared model of what we're creating, and we continue to talk about this, that it's about shared ownership, shared leadership, shared connection, shared resources. That's the model of this business. It's not about one person, it's about everyone building, collaborating, doing this together. And that's really the only way that we can actually truly succeed. That's the only way we can really succeed. And I'm so grateful to everyone who said yes and who's stepping up, who's taking roles, who are accepting to, whether it's our advisory council, that whether it's the Ivy League partners, whether it is the executive team, and there's going to be so much more, as we're growing. There's the board, there's the founding. So there are different clusters, contributors in different ways that we can all together be part of shaping the future, right? We're starting something that, in the future, they're going to say 105 women came together and created something, right? These are the first, but it's going to outlive us, right? We're not going to be here to benefit, the beneficiaries, our children's children, but also just even intentional content. What if we created the kind of content we wanted to see in the world? What we wanted to leave for others, tell the type of stories that we want to be able to see. So I'm going to quickly sort of like move on to what inspired you to be part of this? Because I'm going to put this to the co-founders, right? Because there are different things that, it's one thing. Every day I wake up grateful, right? Because I could have an idea and people go, I'm not interested, right? And we all have ideas, but every day I'm grateful that you all said yes, and that you all not just said yes, you all bought in, invested, building, part of shaping this. But what made you say yes? So I'm going to start with Swapna, just so we can go.
You're on mute, hon.
I think you're muted. You're mute.
I beg your pardon. learning. Thank you, Alex. And of course, the point is, I had an experience not very long ago when something tragic happened to a woman in India, a doctor at that. And I realized that we were not able to make some noise about it. We couldn't even have a conversation about it in public. And I was like, this is not how I want to lead anything. I want things that matter to us should have a stage, should have a voice. Otherwise, what is the point of just us all gathering and being a big number, but useless? So when I knew that this was the whole ball, you see, we've got our magazine, our radio, now our TV, and we'll soon have our originals, and then our collective, the community. It can't get better than this. And it's all women. Nobody can tell us, no, you don't talk about that. It's political, or, no. Nobody can say anything of that sort. So that's why I'm in G Women Media. I know I'm very proud about the wealth creation and worth creation, but I'm here because of the voice and the control by people to whom it matters. That's my 2 cents, sisters.
Thank you for sharing that, sis. I need to say this, and I need to first of all acknowledge our director of programming. So it's hard. Sometimes you don't think about the people at the back end, but I need to acknowledge our director of programming, Nana Kari, who's here. She's in the studio. She's in the back end, obviously cheering for us. And I also have to let you all know that we're streaming live on G Women TV. So don't forget that we're not just coming to you live on our YouTube channel, depending on where you're watching from. We're also live on gwomentv.com. We're live now on air. Yes, we're beta testing the platform, but we're there. You can watch us there. You can leave a comment there too as well. And of course, we'll try to pop it up. So mentioned something about we being able to control the narrative. And I think that's an interesting. Mayuri, I know you wanted to say something, so I'm just going to quickly let you take the floor on the stage.
It was just about the fact that I really feel like, what I love about the journey of G Women is that it didn't start as this big corporation or this funded media company, which we could have done. You could have easily done that. It just started as a group of women who were saying yes to a vision. And it started with our conversations. It started with collaboration and courage to take that first step. And that's important because I think that reminds people that movements don't begin with budgets necessarily. They begin with belief. And I think that's something we really have to carry forward no matter how big we get. I just wanted to say that.
Thank you. Yes. And we had the options to, that's a very interesting perspective you bring, because we had the options to just seek a VC, find somebody to fund this, but it was important that women built this and that women built it from their own sweat. It was important. That was part of the story, that this was something that we built from the ground up. That we didn't just go, oh, I have an idea and now we find VC funding. This is something that we wanted to be shared. And we know that if we invest in something, then we take care of it, right? We're protected, we'll build it, we'll pour into it. But if somebody just went and go, oh, I own a media and invite, then it would be different. The feel is that we're building this together. And so that was the model from the very beginning. But I want to take some of the comments in the, So, okay, let me see. This is Dr. Aninda, I believe. She says, awesome. Congratulations to all gifted, genius, game-changing women. I'm going to pop this up. This is from Misty Dong. She says, representation matters, voice matters, game-changing is necessary. That's correct. We agree with that. And she says, women walking in their purpose, amplifying voices and changing the game. And 21 Forever is like amazing G women. And I think this is from Marianne. She says, hello, beautiful ladies. And I'm just going to keep popping this up because we have to carry along our G women as well. So she says, most importantly, we get to own the narrative. Absolutely. I believe that Swapna mentioned that. Dr. Pauline says, ownership of our uniqueness is so important as women alongside wise men who understand women and not the problem, that we are the opportunity to create a better future than the past. I agree with that. Mr. Dung says, very eloquently articulated, Dr. Lisa. Yes, she just knows how to. We love having her here. That's why she's our director of communications. Okay, so let me see. Love that, beginning with belief, right? And she heard, amplified. Okay, ladies, thank you so much. Please keep the comments coming. We're also streaming live on geomantv.com. If you're on geomantv.com, if you click watch live or live TV, I think it's live TV or watch, I don't know. You'll be there anyway. You see us on air, I believe. I hope we are. Director of programming, let us know that we are. So yes, I feel like this should be a party, and we need some music, and we need something. I don't know. I just feel like I feel like it's all we need. Something we need some music,
like a music interlude.
we need something to get things moving. But just before we take a quick break, I was just gonna pop into the next. We've talked about why you ladies joined, why. So let's talk about what excites you about the future. Oh, I know you wanted to say something. Sorry, not to cut you off. Clara and Frankie haven't shared what inspired them. So let's go back to that. So Clara, you want to share what inspired you?
Quite a number of things, actually. One is the fact that I, as a human being, I believe in endless possibilities. And so one of the things that made me say yes was not just the clarity of the vision, but just the thought that something that didn't exist before could exist because I was a part of it. Because I was willing to put my hands on the plow, so to speak, and work along with other women to create something that didn't exist. I'm very, very excited about the idea of us building something in the present that will outlive us. I always say, this is one of my favorite sayings, that we're not just doing this for ourselves here and now, but we're doing it, creating something amazing for the G women of the future. So the thought of creating that space, a space where women's voices, their stories, their brilliance. Anyone who knows me knows, as you know, as the creator of the Shine philosophy and my brand, the Shine brand, the Shine Capsule podcast, all the work I've done prior to coming to co-found G Woman Media, all of the work that I've done has been at the intersection of helping women see the brilliance in themselves, love themselves, show up fully. So just having the platforms at G Woman Media to amplify everything that women do and to get women to believe in themselves, to make them more visible, that so resonated with me. And then the idea that we actually, as Dr. Lisa said, we own the agency, we own the platforms. So we're not subjected to the algorithms of the public social media channels, but we own what we own. We own our stories, we own the agency, we own the narrative, the script, everything. It's super, super exciting. And I'm so proud. Every day I thank the universe that I said yes. Because the things that the women are meeting, the work we're doing, the platforms we're creating, and just the future that awaits us and that awaits women of the future, it's super, super exciting to me. I'm glad I said yes.
Well, I'm glad you said yes too. So I'm going to quickly head into Frankie.
Thank you. I think before Alex got it out of her mouth, I was yes. yes. Let's do this. Yes. I already started the Good Radio Network. It was very important to me. Social impact is important to me. I said, radio can do a world of good. But I also realized that I wasn't going to change the world by myself. This is, as a change expert, as a coach that specializes in change, I understood that this would be the greatest change almost that the world would ever have, because 50% of us who live in this world did not have a narrative that they decided upon. This is so incredibly exciting. And I don't know if you ladies have thought about it, but it's time to start thinking about, how do you want to be known? What do you want women to be known as? How do you want to be thought of? What does it mean to be a woman? For thousands of years, from those fairy tales onward, as Alex said, from the time we're children, reading those books and listening to radio and watching the news, men have said what women are. Women haven't said what women are. And now we have an opportunity to say what we are. And we need to get that message correct. We need to get it right for the future generations. And so we've invited all of you into that conversation. And the way to do that is because we own the platforms to be able to do that. So whether you're going to write in the magazine or you're going to speak on a radio show or a podcast, or you're going to have a TV show, you now have the opportunity to tell the world what it means to be a woman from the woman's point of view. And that's really, really exciting. Like that's like the biggest change the world's ever going to have, I think. So aside from, the bad things that are going on, this is like a really good thing that's going on. And so I really want you all to be really excited about this and want to participate in it and join us in this big journey. I mean, it's really, really exciting. And so I had to say yes. I said yes, because there's, like Alex said many times, we could not do this one woman at a time. It's too big. It's too big. We had to do it globally and we had to do it digitally so that we could all come together in one space at one time to be able to manage this ginormous project. It's really a big project at the core of it. So I'm so happy that I said yes. I'm so happy I said yes to Alex. Alex and I had written a book together. I didn't say I am an author. I am an artist, radio host for many, many years, been in it for decades. So this is exciting. I love being with these women. I love talking to these sisters daily, sometimes many, many, many times a day, but there's lots of ideas and we have lots and lots to offer that is going to be coming. You don't know even the half of it. So stay tuned to us.
Well, thank you, Frankie. And I'm so glad you said yes. And like you said, this is such a huge project. And it's huge to the point that it sometimes even overwhelms people on the outside, right? Because they're like, okay, what is the too many things going on? But it was created to be so. That's the purpose. That's the idea. It was deliberately created to be a multi-platform ecosystem. It wasn't someone's like, oh, start one for. That's the point. We wanted women to have the lens, the pan, the screen. We wanted them to own every aspect of media. We didn't just want it to be, and let's be honest, there are already small independent productions that exist. Women already have some magazine. Somebody, may have a production company. Someone may create a, small TV, a TV network, but for women in one geography, right? Or women who look the same or one race. We wanted to create a truly multimedia ecosystem where everything existed. So you have that put period. It's like a buffet. Eat what you want, right? You don't want this, don't have it. You want to have this, have that. Don't worry about, oh, there are too many things. Just take what you like, right? And ignore what you don't. So if you feel like you're a writer, there's something there for you. If you feel like I have something to say, and women do have something to say. I've said this, that we need platforms, we need capital, and we need amplification. And if we have those three things, women will be so much further. Like, you just need a platform to showcase everything you have. You need capital, you need money to back whatever your ideas are. And you need amplification, something that's there to, and that's why we're creating what we're creating. So there's structure to what we're doing. And yes, we're unveiling and, unraveling it as we're growing. But we want to say that please tell someone to tell someone to tell someone. This is a legacy company. It's for the long haul. It's not just for, for those of us on the screen. It's for everyone. Your children's 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 children. 100 years from now, they'll be like 100 years ago. Some women came together, some crazy women came together and started something, and look at what it is now. So that's why we're doing what we're doing. But I feel like there needs to be, I want to just pop in the comments section. Let me see. Mr. Dunk says, Alex and Clara, your passion for amplifying women's voices inspired me to invest as an Ivy League partner. Thank you so much. We're so grateful for that. You don't know how much we're so proud to have, I think, a Renewed Pathway. Hi, Moya. Believe that's Renewed Pathway. Very true, Alex. And let me see. She says, nice to see you all live. And someone suggests that Swapna could lead the singing. Yes, because we said we needed a party here. And she's like, oh, Swapna could sing. I mean, why not, right? Because we have a world record holder in our a multi-world record holder. I think you're on mute, Swapna, just in case. Okay, you know that. So we're gonna kind of like, we have a major announcement to make, and this is about our upcoming event on the 31st of March, and we want to make sure that people catch that before they leave, because I know that women are busy, and this is typically longer than our usual standard sort of broadcast. And it's about our upcoming events on the 31st of March, where we want to celebrate our 1-year anniversary, G Woman Media's 1-year anniversary, and we want to gift 144 women time on air. And this is so important. This is important for many reasons. This is important because not only can we truly create a whole global watch party where women can listen to each other, can talk about whatever it is they want to talk about. You want to promote your business, you want to promote your career, you want to talk about your gifts, your talents, you want to talk about your community, your family, whatever that matters to you. What would you do if you had 5 minutes? 5 minutes on air. And so I'm going to quickly share something just before. And I know we still have some conversations and a little bit of music because I need music. I feel like, it's my birthday. I need music. But just before we get into that, I'm going to quickly share this because I think it's important. I don't want people to leave without, catching this. So we'll take this and...
For generations, women have shaped the world with courage, creativity, and vision. But too often, their voices have not been heard. Today, that changes. Right now, across the globe, something unprecedented is happening. In cities, villages, and online stages, voices rising that will resonate for years to come. 144 women from every continent are stepping onto one global stage. Entrepreneurs, artists, leaders, activists, mothers, creators, all sharing their ideas, their stories, and their visions for the future. 12 hours, 144 voices, one unstoppable movement. This is more than television. This is history in the making. Welcome to G Woman TV, where women lead the narrative. The global broadcast starts now.
Yes, this is where women lead. Okay, so we had this vision to celebrate our first anniversary, and we're like, what are we going to do? And we wanted to gift women. We want to hear women's voices. We want women to talk about whatever it is that they care about. And what if they had the platform? What if you had the time? What if you had the stage, the screen to share that? But this isn't just about a one-time thing, even though it is going to happen one day. It's a 12-hour marathon. Each woman gets.
She'll be back in a second.
Okay. I'm back. I got lost for a bit. Technology. Oh my God. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Okay. But I was just saying that, the goal is to celebrate women. We want to hear women's voices. We want them to be celebrated. We want them to share about whatever matters to them, but we want to give them the stage. That was our promise. Our promise is that we're going to amplify women's voice and visibility. And we want to keep that promise. And so this is, like we said, even though it's happening one day, it's not a one-off thing, because that broadcast, we intend to rebroadcast it. And we know that we believe in multiplication, right? We believe in the multiplier effect. And we say if we can showcase 144 women, think about all the women who come to watch the 144 women. That's an opportunity for you as one of those women to get your message out to many more women that you would never, probably not have been connected to. So this is about everyone benefiting from the compounding effect of, being part of that ecosystem of other women showcasing themselves and their own communities coming to the forefront. That way, if you had your 5 minutes is, somebody who came to see somebody else gets to see you, and you get the message out. And you never know, maybe you're going to find your future investor, your business bestie, your client, your customer, your friend, somebody who wants to partner with you in your vision. And we're going to have all kinds of women, from change makers to innovators to artists to creators to leaders to business entrepreneurs, to all kinds of women, because we represent, G Woman Media is about every woman. So again, I want to thank you all and thank everyone who's very excited about this, because we haven't even kicked this up, and we will share all the information and how you can be part of this global marathon broadcast. We call it 144 Voices. And we're excited about it, really. So I'm just going to quickly take the comments. Let me
Alex,
see.
while you do that, I just want to say that we will have a host every hour of that 12-hour streaming. We will change hosts every hour. So if you need someone to help pull a little something out of you, we'll be there to help. Don't worry.
No, don't worry about it. We have everything to guide you from guidelines to everything you need to know. So we're going to hold your hands through. We're not going to throw you into the waters, because we have to make sure you look good, you sound good, and we have there. So don't worry about this. We just want to know, do you want that time? If you want that screen time, and if you know any G woman, anyone, they don't have to be part of the G Woman Collective or the G Woman ecosystem. This is for all women, really. So if there are women, in your own communities or work, your career, your business, this is for all women. We're just taking the first 144 women who say yes. All they have to do will be to just fill out a quick form and pick their time, right? Pick the schedule that works for them, right? So every 5 minutes, we'll run this, but you're going to have all the information you need. So we're not going to throw you into the waters like that, but we're excited about this. So I'm going to quickly pop this comment. What next says, this is a legacy. Thank you. And Dr. Pauline says, when crazy genius women sing out loud together, it's magic, right? And then Moyer says, yes, it's Moyer. Happy birthday, Alex. Thank you. I got my glass of wine. I don't know if you all have your drink here. Let me see. Mr. Dunk says, we'll get to Genius Game Changers. That's right. And she says, changing game completely. This is game changing. Yes, it is. And we believe so too. That's why we're doing what we're doing. Now, here's the thing. Even though we're coming to you live on GWomanTV.com, the replay is going to be here on YouTube. It's going to be on YouTube. We're not going to have the replay on GWoman TV because GWoman TV is live, right? We're going to sort of have the replay at some point, but for now, it's just streaming live. But if you want to watch the replay of this, you can watch it on our YouTube channel. This is where you find some of the on-demand content. And I was going to take people through to see the TV station. I don't know if I can do that here in this. And if we have the time, because our director of programming is saying we have only 14 minutes left for this broadcast. But we will just, let me see. I'm trying to move stuff around just to see where we are with things. We need music. Gosh, I just feel so boring in here. But let's just get a little bit of something. And while we're trying to find,
I bet you some women are thinking, how am I going to find out where to sign up, and how will I know that?
Oh, we will make that announcement. We're putting together, so it's going to be on. We're going to have the information is going to be on GWomanTV.com, obviously. And once we do that, we'll put a call out. And of course, we will, channel that campaign, and we'll let you know once it's live. We should have that up by the end of this week so that we can start taking that. But we're excited about this, and we're already getting interest, and we want to make sure that you're able to do this in one easy swoop so that we're not just constantly getting, messages and emails. And once you feel you can pick your time slot, and then we have that locked down. So thank you so much. Okay, let's get into let me see. We were going to talk about some of the things that we're already building in terms of programming, right? I know that we have some programs coming in. We're looking at films, documentaries on German TV. I was going to share a little bit of that, but I don't want to bore people because, today we still have a production. We still have something happening on the 31st. And of course, the 31st will start off with our 144 Voices and lead up to the GWoman Power Hour, which is our flagship show. The G Spot, which we do every week on Friday. And then, the GWoman Power Hour will be a bi-weekly show as well. And we will have guests come in. These will be influential women from around the world who are doing amazing things. And we'll just have these powerful conversations with them. On radio, we have genius conversations with them on the G Spot. And then, on TV, we have some, power conversations. But I don't know. I don't want to be the only one talking. Let's see. What excites you about the future? I'm going to quickly ask Dr. Lisa, what excites you about the future of what we're building?
It's weird because I think the word possibility pops into mind. I don't fully know where this path is going to be taking us. I'm invested with a lot of hope. I'm fueled by a lot of passion, but it's the possibility of what we're going to create and who we're going to bring in. And for me, as an educator, one of the things that I always look for is that spark. When something clicked in one of my students, when they finally got it, that's the aha moment. And I feel as though here at G Woman Media, we're giving women the opportunity for things to click, for them to have that moment where everything just fully aligns. They find their essence, they find their gifts, they find their genius, and that's when they can become game changing themselves. So it's the possibility that we're offering that excites me the most.
I love that, the possibility. That's true, right? I don't even know where things are going. Like, I just know we have a plan, we've got a vision, we're walking towards it, but I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I don't know if I'm going to be here. I don't know. We're just building something, right, for legacy. And it really, the outcome depends on how much what we bring to the table. But I'm going to ask you, Mayuri, what excites you about the future?
Well, there's so much, Alex, but I think the thing that really excites me is the ripple effect that's going to have, because the platforms like these, they don't exist, but they also don't just produce content, they create visibility, and visibility creates opportunity, as we know. So the future of media is going to belong to content creators and communities who are building their platforms like this, and instead of being waiting to be invited to somebody else's. So I think G Woman is going to be at the forefront of that, and I'm so excited to be a part of it.
Thank you for sharing that. I love what you said, the ripple effect. That's it really. Swapna, what excites you about the future?
I'd want G Woman Media, our platforms, to be known, and I believe it will, as the one that speaks the truth, that brings the real stories out. And I'm so sure of that. No filters, no, and no cosmetic, nothing in that sense. That's one. And another thing that really excites me is I believe this is going to make a lot of money for all that have had faith in it. 100%, I do. That's just how this is going to work. It's exciting.
Wealth and worth, right? But we are in the creators economy, and there's no reason why it shouldn't bring wealth those invested in it, because it is bringing wealth for the men who are invested in it. It's bringing wealth for all of those who've ran the system for many years. So there's no reason why it shouldn't bring wealth for us, for the women, the many women, whether you're an investor or even just a contributor using the platform, bringing your film or your podcast or whatever the case. We're building a metric that would sustain what you're creating. So you're not just spending time creating, just producing stuff that is not going anywhere. So that's why we're building, and we're building at the intersection of the people who actually want to hear you. So you don't have to depend on algorithms and all the other kinds of stuff, because we're not working with that. So Clara, what excites you about the future?
Okay, I think what excites me most is the potential, that a lot of things the ladies have, all mentioned are exciting. But I think what excites me most is just the global conversation that, we're able to create through G Woman. TV just definitely has the potential to connect brilliant women across continents, across industries. And when those voices come together, anything is possible. The possibilities, endless possibilities that Dr. Lisa spoke about, the ripple effects that Mayuri spoke about, all that is possible. But what excites me most is the fact that we're helping women own their narrative. Media shapes perception. Perception shapes opportunity. When we create that platform, whether it is the TV, the radio, the collective, or the TV, the radio, the collective, or the magazine, those women's voices can reach further, can go further. And for me, that is super, super exciting. Super exciting.
Thank you for sharing that. So you talked about the potential. Dr. Lisa talked about possibility. Mayuri talked about ripple effect, and Swapna talked about the wealth that's important, beyond also being representative of truth. We talked about, and why can't women have that? We don't have to choose, right? And so all of you shared, and I know, Frankie, we're going to make you wrap this up because we're looking at the time, and we have only 6 minutes left before we go into what excites you about the future, I do want to acknowledge all of the women who joined us for this broadcast and those who will watch the replay, because we know we're coming across different continents and it's different time for different women. But we're so grateful that we could get together and launch this platform, because it's taken us time to get here. But I also want to acknowledge our director of programming in the back end, who's been saying a lot of encouraging stuff. We need to get her comments. But she also asked us to remind you all watching to please like, share, follow, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
That's
please
important.
Subscribe to the channel. Please share with your friends, your contacts, your network. It's important because all of this move the needle for us, right? It moves the needle for you. It moves the needle for us. If more people get to see, learn, know that we exist, that way the work that we're doing is not in vain, because there's so much that we can do by ourselves. So we need to get the word out. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, encourage us. We're building this for everyone. And here's the thing: even though this is a media company for women, we know that it impacts our men. We know that it impacts our children, because women don't build in isolation. We don't build in silos. We know that when women truly thrive, they can pour back into their families. So it's very easy to just go, oh, another media company for women. Yes, a media company for women benefits men. Let's just say this. If the women also get the wealth, they can contribute to their families, and you don't have to carry the burden alone. It just means that we can all truly be full contributors to society, to our communities, and to everything that we're building together. So I'm going to just send this right back to Frankie. Frankie, what excites you about the future?
Everything excites me. And I really want every woman who is listening to know this, because I think there might be a little bit of a misnomer. We are a media company, but we are not just for women in media. We are for everybody, because no matter what business you are in, if you are an insurance agent, if you are a wealth manager, if you are a teacher, a professor, whatever you are, whatever you do in this world, you use communication, and communication amplified by media. So we have the platforms, and all you have to do is come to us and say, I'd like to use your platform, please. I have a message that I'd like to get out to the world. And that's how it works. So we are for every woman, every one of you. So please like, share, and join us, join the conversation, join us in creating that new narrative, and just get those creative juices flowing and create for yourself and for those that you love. That's it.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. That was a very important one, because it's very easy to go, oh, I'm not a media practitioner. Why do I want to be part of this? But really, we said this before, media is the gateway to information. But also media shapes perception, and perception shapes opportunity. So this is important. This is not just for, traditional media practitioners. This is for every woman. Trust me. And media is the only one industry that embraces every other industry. I know doctors who have TV shows, lawyers who have radio shows. I know lawyers who contribute to magazines, who share their expertise. I know professors who are writing books. The point I'm making is this is the one industry that embraces every other industry. You don't have to abandon your real estate, whatever it is you're doing, or your work as a financial. This is the one industry that you can have side by side whatever you're building to amplify your expertise, to amplify your knowledge, to amplify whatever you want to even change within your industry. This is the one industry that will work side by side with you and get the word out about whatever it is you're doing. So we want to thank you.
I feel like that deserves an applause.
Oh yeah, it does, right? We need to raise that. Yay!
Yay!
Well, we want to say thank you to the G-Woman Collective. Of course, we're building this growing community, and we are looking at how to continue to grow that community. But I want to say thank you to everyone who said yes there, whether you're an allied champion, Vanguard, Ivy League partner, or you belong to a partner circle because you came in through a partner. We're so grateful that you said yes to our assist. And yes, we're figuring it out. We're trying to make sure that it feels like home for you, because we call it the heartbeat of G-Woman Media. It is the home of the gifted, genius, game-changing woman. It's the home of the G-Woman. And I know that producer is already saying we have 1 minute left to go. And I don't know, any final words before we say goodbye? I know you all have said everything you wanted to say, but any final
Just
I
words?
would
you.
like to raise a glass.
Okay.
Okay.
I got a mug. We got a water bottle.
Okay, when we're ready.
Cheers to
Cheers.
G.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Can I
To the
just say,
future.
here's
May it be
to
bright.
bold visions. Yeah, bold visions, powerful voices, and the women who dare to create platforms that change the narrative. May G-Woman TV and G-Woman Media and all of our platforms continue to amplify brilliance, inspire courage, and connect gifted, genius, game-changing women across the world.
Woo,
Yay.
yeah.
Woo!
Here's to you.
Here's
Thank
to
you, Clara. Thank you, everyone. And we hope to catch you on our next broadcast. Don't forget to check us at GWomanTV.com. You can also find out more about our company, G-Woman Media, at GWomanMedia.com and all our other different platforms, whether it's radio, TV, magazine, GWomanMag.com. You can find out everything, actually. But yes, GWomanTV.com. We'll talk to you soon. Don't go anywhere. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
You're watching G-Woman TV for the global woman, gifted, genius, game changer.